Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. We have Division 3, Week 3, Season 6 action here for Inferno League. K1A facing off against NoMercy Unmasked. Two competitive Division 3 teams here. Looking at their record very quickly so that way I can give that to you because I did not prepare at all. Eclipse currently actually 1-1. K1A at the top of their division right now, 2-0 facing off against, in the first week, I believe against... I'm gonna make sure, because I have to multitask here. Facing off against, I believe it was 141 and one other. I'm gonna try and see if I can tell you all what that was. The answer to that is them, as well as Beyond Reality, which, in a surprising upset, they actually managed to beat Beyond Reality. At least I believe it's Beyond, considering that Matrix replaced them. There's been a recent shift in terms of teams. There have been some additions to each division because at this past weekend there was a sort of shake-up of teams. So. Anyways, it's Clubhouse. It's a very classic meta map. It's not particularly attacker-defender-sided. I'd say, Siege in general favors the defenders, so it's slightly defender-sided in that sense. Outside of that, it's not really going to be doing much. Pardon me. I have to continue to multitask here. But looking at the maps here, I am not very surprised, or the bands, pardon me, not the map. The map isn't surprising either. This is a map that I'm sure both teams are very comfortable with, but looking at the bands, they're, for the most part, well, honestly, not for the most part. They are off the wall crazy. There's a no ban in there, which seems like a waste. They could have put in Kaid, they could have been put in Valkyrie. They could have put in a target ban on K1A, which I would say is probably the Thunderbird. Thunderbird is becoming a very popular operator. I'd say she's beginning to be a viable comfort or target ban. And then there's both a Maverick and a Thatcher ban on the same map, obviously from different sides, but that's going to make it, especially considering that there's no ban onto Kaid to counteract that, that's going to make playing attack for walls, which is kind of the meta for this map, is, you open up walls, you get a couple kills, and then you look for the plant. It's going to make it really difficult, because those are the two probably most popular secondary supports. Flores is up there, or is starting to get up there, but he's really map-specific and sort of site-specific as well. Twitch is also pretty popular, but not as strong, I'd say, as the Thatcher, as the Maverick. It's a bit harder to really ensure a wall with her. So, not the best start for K1A, as Kick-Out will fall at the hands of Rookmain. The Finka, surprisingly enough, picking off one on the roam. A bit unexpected to see a Finka, in the sense that it's not bringing a whole lot of utility, but it's nice to have the heal, certainly, and it's also nice to have the frag, so that's probably why the Finka is present here. As you can see, NoMercy Eclipse going to continue to push forward, already applying pressure here on the blue side. Don't know if that was reinforced. It was not, seemingly, which is going to make it a lot easier now for NoMercy Eclipse to pressure Floey out of that position. He needs to stay alive, if not waste some time there before he goes out. Going to just take out one of the drones there of NoMercy Eclipse. They're down to 5 drones here, so pretty lackluster drone economy from them, at least considering that they're not pushing or getting any sort of real impact off of that. Merc's going to take some damage from one of the EDD set up there by Oil. He's going to send a Nitro for what? I don't know. Misses the Nitro. As Thano will get another kill on Inoki this time. Merc's going to take a bit of damage there. Not sure exactly to what. It might have been the Kaid Claw on that Moto Hatch. As you can see now, Eclipse is taking control of the vertical here. They're also taking control of blue, so this round could very well be over very soon unless Floey can stop the momentum here. He takes down Seeker, looks for his second kill, knows there's somebody else in blue. Oil going to provide some pressure as well. K1A Floey is going to just try and hold an angle here. Hug going to heal up. So you can see now, Eclipse trying to put pressure on this objective. They're going to actually knife Black Revival trying to knife a hole into the church wall. Only going to take some damage here. Now from Thano, he will fall at the hands of Mercs in the hallway. Traded out by Pog. 3v2 now. K1A, Flowey needs to hold down this blue side. Spots one. Pog and Thano trade each other out. 2v1 now. Rookmane looks for the plant. K1A hears it. Gonna have to try and clutch this up. Rookmane gets the plant stuck. His Black Revival covers for him. Spots Black Revival. Headshot from afar. It's up to just Rookmane and K1A. Flowey here. Rookmane hears him. Impact goes out. Might be a fake here from K1A. He's almost out of ammo. He needs to switch to the secondary very soon. That or get a very fast kill into Rookmane. Does not have a whole lot of time. There's about 20 seconds left here. Actually spotted by Rookmane. K1A Flowey gets a 3K and the round here for his team. An impressive clutch there to start this game off strong there for K1A.
Defenders win.
Very impressive first round there, as we are going to have to pause, unfortunately. Very impressive first round for K1A, but also very shaky. That really could have gone the way of NoMercy Eclipse. The biggest problem there for K1A was the fact that they weren't holding, I'd say, blue properly. They didn't reinforce the hatch, it seemed. And they neglected rather to put in the proper rotate. They didn't put any other utility really into blue. Blue is a very important spot to hold because it allows you to control all three boxes pretty much. AKs, dirt door. It allows you to control obviously blue itself. Allows you to pressure moto door. Allows you to pressure church bar. Pretty much you can deny a lot of the default plants on the objective simply by holding blue. It's a hard spot to hold because of that hatch and how close it is, and obviously how easy it is really for the attacking team to access that hatch. But, you know, it's really important to at least keep that in the possession of the defending team for as long as possible, which they kind of did. I mean, they ceded it obviously to a lot of pressure, and I'm sure that it was preferable for them to lose that but keep alive a Legion who gets more utility as the round goes on than to keep it for maybe 15 or 20 more seconds and have Legion die and lose that with that man advantage that early. It's a trade-off, but I feel that they weren't holding it as well as they should have. The problem there for Eclipse was just that they really confined themselves. You know, the key for them would have been to have the twitch there of, I believe it was Black Revival, at bottom main, to have him pressure through Moto into church, or at least through that hall. He only got one frag and then he got traded. The rest of their push was confined to one room. So it was easy, although K1A didn't exploit it, it was easy for K1A to potentially put a chokehold on that, because it was just a door and a rotate. So they very well could have just simply snubbed that side of the push. But, you know, since Eclipse managed to brute force, that's how they got on the site. Still, though, I feel that both teams could have improved. One team by holding a specific important area properly, the other team by, you know, really going out and trying to spread the push out a bit, you know, get some walls open. Because I don't think they got any actual hard walls open that last round. I don't think they were predicting a basement hold there by K1A. I think they were predicting top floor, which is why they brought an ace instead of a Hib. Or Hibana, however you want to refer to it, you understand what I'm saying, which certainly did not help them. Hibana is available. Kaid, strangely enough, is available. He's almost always banned on this map. Oddly enough, though, Clash is banned. This is not really a Clash map. I've seen her on occasion on, on CC and Cash. So, you know, every once in a while you'll see her on an objective, but the problem is that this isn't really a Clash map. I don't understand the reason to ban her because, you know, first of all, not many teams and not many players play Clash. At least not seriously play Clash. Second of all, you know, she is very site-specific and map-specific. If it's not Oregon or sometimes Clubhouse, you will not see her in play. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. As we see here, for a second I thought that was a beeper, prox alarm set up by K1A. That's just a bit of floorboard covering. The sightline that they've set up to help strengthen that mirror window, I do like their setup here, at least that mirror window. I'm not a huge fan of the Logi mirror window. I do use it, in all honesty, as Oil will take down Mercs there for a 5v4. Speaking of, simultaneously, Black Revival is going to look to collapse this hold here, potentially cutting off that cache extension by actually opening up that outside cons wall. He will get it open, no denial here from K1A. They're not even running a mute. They are running a denial, pardon me. It's Kaid, but no denial on that wall. A rather important wall, mind you, considering that's going to potentially, if Eclipse can play this right, they're going to actually be able to cut off cons and cache from the rest of the site. The problem that I have with this Logi Mirror, to finally focus back on that, is the fact that it's so near that hatch that if a team does not reinforce that with ADSs, a frag grenade goes out there from Rookmain, stops himself from being finished by K1A, and takes out the Mirror player. Well done there from the Finka. Don't think he can actually self-revive, pardon me. I thought that he couldn't. I'm incorrect in believing that. But my problem with the Logi Mirror is the fact that it's so near to the hatch that unless a team protects it with ADSs, somebody can easily throw a frag from the hatch to the Mirror, and without really having to put themselves in much danger, which is a bit of a problem if you're trying to hold that, especially into the late round, where it could actually become important in stopping a cons-based push. As you can see, Black Revival rotating around. Thano has taken Logi control here. Spots K1A, who doesn't realize he's still there. Should have probably put down an extra castle there on Epo's side. Rookman will take a double kill now, this time on Flowy. Almost lowers, or actually does accidentally lower Black Revival by a teeny bit. So they now need to focus on the Kaid here of Noki, who takes down Black Revival. 40 seconds left, and he takes down the diffuser holder. Oil will get a frag on a Thano, as Rookman's the last one left here. He has no intel, no drones. He has 4 drones left by his teammates, pardon me. And he has to push through the castle barricade with 30 seconds. This is not good. Gonna try and push into cons as Noki makes the job a bit easier there, even gives him the kill. Oil, however, trades him out and earns a round here for K1A, going up 2-0 now. This has been, so far, a very confusing match. So far, we've had a team go from one of the stronger sites to one of the weaker sites and still win. In K1A, we had a team that I don't think they even brought a Jaeger that last round. I could be wrong, but they really need a Jaeger. Including on the other side, he had Eclipse, who literally gave it the diffuser and almost got friendly fire on each other. They actually did, but it didn't really make much of a difference. Just a lack of awareness from them. And a lack of coordination, really. It seemed a bit like they were bumbling, to use a fun little verb. And as a result, they lost the round because they didn't coordinate and they didn't take out that cache extension. The cache extension, in and of itself, isn't particularly dangerous. You know, it's not like it's holding a really important part of the map. You can literally pincer it out by just opening a wall into cache, and either another wall into cache, or by opening up cons window and then just pincering. You know, have somebody hold cons window and, you know, your team pushes through. It's not terribly hard to get rid of a cache extension. And it's not like it's, you know, as I said, it's not like it's holding a super important area. You can certainly push around it. It's more so because there's not a whole lot of spots to anchor in gym and bedroom and the surrounding rooms, you know, Logi, secret stash, bathroom. It's not a whole lot of spots to safely anchor in, so it's more so to provide the defending team with some more room. Now, going to presumably their strongest site, considering how they approached that or they were just going up the progression of sites. Don't know how that's going to go for them, as they will be running the very classic Kaid setup where you don't put any Kaids on the wall itself. They're going to be doing it a bit differently as they put one below. I think that might be a bit of a risk, especially if Eclipse manages to take lower garage, rather quickly. But it's going to really depend. The other thing that they have to keep in mind is the fact that they're running, I believe for the 3rd round now, they're running a Twitch. If K1A was smart, they would probably bring a Mute or a Mossy. And there goes Seeker's drone. I don't know if that's his other drone as well. You know, and both of his switch runs are out. I don't think so, but if so, that's really bad news. Nonetheless, Black Revival is going to get that wall open. I guess they managed to finally take it out, as KitKat does fall, not out just yet, but has been brought into a DMO, finished off by Marks as Thano gets a frag of his own onto Oil Louis. You can see now they're going to try and push in. They've taken the objective already. It's a minute in. 3v3. Noki, Apo, Flowey all getting kills. Merc Saber trades out. Apo, it's up to just Noki and Flowey here to retake the objective, basically. Even number situation, luckily. Mercs gets murked there by Noki. Nice headshot from him. Mastano will get 2 frags. 1-2 punch there. As finally, Eclipse does get a first round win here for themselves. And this is staying very confusing. That's usually that's the strongest side for a team. But that was not. I guess that's why they went there last. I don't think it's a really hard site to hold. It's just they lost. They didn't have anybody holding red, so they couldn't deny somebody jumping in plat wall. And they didn't hold plat wall long enough, considering that they had a Kaid and they used all his utility on it. They did not hold plat wall long enough. They needed a mute or a Mozzie, because this is, I mean, obviously there's a bit of a change now from Eclipse, but that was 3 rounds in a row where Eclipse ran Twitch. You can counter Twitch pretty easily by using, as long as you place them well, by using a mute. They didn't use a mute, so as a result they lost the Kaid. They lost the wall, nobody in red to stop people from running in, and they lost the round because they lost control of the objective. It's, especially in a man-down situation, it's really hard. It's really hard to take that site back. Obviously they were at man up, but still, they ended up just not being really aware of where Eclipse had distributed themselves throughout that objective that round, which was not good. Let's see how this changes here for K1A. They've decided, I believe this time they're now bringing a Kaid on this site. I don't think they were prior to this. They will still be going for a very standard setup, it appears. They're going to be putting some footholds into dummy wall where there's normally a rotate. Don't know exactly why. I think they're going to be trying to get an angle on anybody playing, you know, near blue box. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to help them, though. They still have 3 reinforcements left, just to point this out, and they still have not reinforced blue wall. So maybe they're trying to get players to push blue? I feel though that Eclipse would be more averse to pushing blue because of the fact that there's a sightline there. So what's the fact that there's now, as you can see, Flowey back to holding that same spot that he was holding in the very first round. He's already lost the hatch, and okay, that's a waste of an ADS and a mute jammer. Especially an ADS, that's not covering anything. Really should be in blue here. They barricaded dirt, which I feel is potentially risky. You know, if they had a dirt player, I would say it's really dumb, but it has its drawbacks and its advantages, mainly that it forces teams to alert the defenders of when they're pushing that. As Marks is going to be taken out there by Puggus, the mute is now actually getting, getting a kill. I want to say he is now actually getting a kill. It sounds a bit condescending, my apologies. As the buck out isn't going to really change anything. They still have Thano, they still have Seeker, they still have plenty of opportunities to get vertical. Just that now they don't have that potentially soft support or entry frag, depending on how you view it, in the buck. Oil going to take down Seeker. Thanos on site once again. I don't know if they realize it, but he's going to certainly pose a bit of a danger to him, assuming that he can get some frags. Black Revival going to get one, though, this time on a Kit Kat. As Thano gets one, Black Revival gets a second. Looking for a potential second kill of his own. Noki will fall at the hands of Rookmain. It's up to just Oil. Outnumbered, off-site, and it's going to be difficult for him to clutch this up. He's going to look through that sight line set up by one of his teammates. Going to try and find a kill. Rookmain looking for the plant now. Will inch forward here into Church, trying to find something to happen here. They've taken Arsenal, Eclipse has. He's going to look around, finds one there over by AKs, pushes back now, back into blue, going to rotate around, look for another kill. Runs right into Thano, takes him down for a 2v1 now. Still post-plant, though, needs to get onto the diffuser soon. Needs to get these frags, and Black Revival shuts it down. 3k from the Therm will earn the round for K1A. 2-2 now, back to tied up. Pardon me, not K1A, Eclipse. Eclipse is showing finally some signs of life here. Anyways, on to the next round, on to the penultimate round of this first half here. Both teams still jockeying for a round lead at this point. We could very well see a 3-3 split. I doubt it. I mean, you know, we're just going to see another basement defense here from K1A. I don't know if they're going to fix anything. The big problem is that they're not reinforcing blue. So they're giving up. They're not really putting any utility into blue, which means that they're giving up a really important control area, if you wanted to refer to it as that, or however you want to call it. You understand what I'm saying. They're giving that up really early. And not like they're getting frags off of giving that up. It's just how they're seeding it, which is unfortunate. And I feel that if they can reinforce these hatches, if they can accept that it's using these reinforcements properly, they should be in a better position. They're going to now fully reinforce that dummy wall. Still think that might be a bit of a mistake, because we're going to see Oil bringing a Frost, first of all. Second of all, using his shield on a doorway. There are certainly better ways to use a shield on this site. I am perplexed nonetheless. Because that they will finally be reinforcing blue. Don't know if they're going to put any other utility into it. They do have a rotate. But I don't know if they're going to put any ADSs really into it. I feel like that's what's going to really affect this match, is that, you know, Rook has frags. Lock Revival has Hard Breach. They can open up that hatch if they want to. Eclipse can. And they can frag anybody playing in blue out if they want to as well. I feel that the defending team, K1A, needs to have an ADS in there. At least one. That, or they're not really emphasizing it, which might be true, but I still feel that you need to pay some sort of attention to it. As Thanos already approaching the site, already getting an entry frag for his team, this time on a Kit Kat. Will be traded out, however, by Pug. He manages to stop the bleeding, but at what cost? He did take out the top frag of NoMercy Eclipse at the cost of their bottom frag, which is Kit Kat, unfortunately, but still a bit of a scare there, and now nobody is really playing blue. If Eclipse realizes that, they could certainly capitalize on it. I think Seeker's starting to dawn on him, as he's potentially eyeing a kill there onto somebody over in Church Bar. I believe that's actually K1A Noki over there, as Black Revival uses second thermite charge to actually open up the hatch there, pardon me. I think he had to use it to the side because of the fact that it was Kaid Clawed, courtesy of Pug. Smoke's going to go out now from Seekers. He's going to push forward. Don't know why exactly he's smoking that. It doesn't seem really necessary. Oil will get a pick there onto Mercs here. Going to be a bit more aggressive. Don't know why. And he's now going to put a Frost in the middle of the hallway. Okay. I don't know. I really don't know. Rook is pushing forward here, trying to sort of lead the charge for his team, at least on that side of the objective. As Black is stepping in sight and dying to Pug, who gets a double kill now. Chloe will fall in the hands of Seeker here. Rookman gets his kill of his own onto Oil, finally takes out that Frost there. However, 3k now from Pug. He brings it to a 1v2 up to just him and Noki against Rookman at the bottom of main. Rookman very low, has no more Finkage surges, so cannot stim again. Has to pretty much play the rest of this round at one-shot health. Gonna swing across, encounters a couple of pot shots there from Pug, who will confirm the 4k there from the Kaid. And another round here for K1A, going up now 3-2, as there goes somebody again. That's Simon's Marks. Don't know why he's leaving, but I'm gonna pause. Okay. Now we have to wait, but that was a strong round there for K1A. They had a player get a 4K, including stopping a potential early rush from Dano. I don't feel like he needed to do that, frankly. As well as, very obviously, pretty much holding down the single-handedly Arsenal. Obviously, he had teammates around him, but he basically did it on his own. He got almost all the kills that round, and he pretty much mopped the floors there with Eclipse. They didn't really stand much of a chance, let's be honest. Eclipse is not doing so well here. They're eyeing a 4-2 split. We're going to a site where K1A has won. Admittedly, on shaky terms, I feel that there was some major misplays from Eclipse that led to K1A winning that round. I feel that Eclipse should have won that round on Jim and Bedrin, that second round. But being 0 for 1 on the attack on, for many teams, what is their tertiary site is not good. We're seeing a very similar lineup here from K1A as last time they went to this objective, so I'm going to expect the same combination of a cache extension with a mirror hold. I don't feel like they have enough utility for that, though. They are bringing a Jaeger, so they're finally starting to learn a bit. They are, at last, going to be looking to cover some utility, some areas. I think that that's wise of them. Now, looking at the hold so far, it is looking okay. It's looking like the same hold as always. They're going to be running a Kaid, still, unsurprisingly. Don't know why they're putting a Kaid on a single wall. Most teams don't really breach that wall if there's a mirror on it. They just pressure it. It's not like it's hard to deal with. You can kill anybody on it from the hatch. You can kill them vertically. You can probably take them out from this wall, from this cons wall, which he is not electrifying, keep in mind. And the other side of the map, the extension here that they've dedicated half their reinforcements and a castle barricade to, which I feel they should have also dedicated an ADS or two to it, as Mercs will get an early frag on a Kit Kat, bringing a fast man advantage towards the attacking team here, which is good start for them. Oil going to be taking a bit of pressure here. He will fall back. Looks to actually run outside. What is he doing? Pug takes Mercs out. Alleviates a bit of the pressure on him. He's seriously going cross country into strip. I don't understand this. As you can see now, Like Revivals, he's literally just stalking Oil here. Oil's going to run out and potentially back in. I'm very confused by this. He's literally just what is going on? He's literally running around outside. And Eclipse is doing nothing about it. Okay, they finally pick him up, but that took a solid 30 seconds. Why? It's not that hard. They did regain the man advantage, but they lost Mercs. Their secondary support. It's going to make it a bit harder for them to deal with the mirrors with the Kaided walls. Still don't understand why they don't have any electric or any denial on this cache extension. Don't feel like they're really holding it. Seeker going to take control of that mirror, however. He picks off Noki using it. As Flowy will get a knife kill there on the Black Revival. Man advantage here firmly in the favor of Eclipse. Rookbane will take a frag there on K1A. Flowy is about the last one left here. He's stuck in a bit of a corner. In cons, pressured by Seeker, who gets the swing, the kill, the round. A 3-3 split, even at half, for NoMercy Eclipse. And that was actually a good round there from Eclipse. Eclipse, once they finally got control of that roamer, started focusing on the site, they basically just disassembled that objective, which they should have, honestly. The fact that there's an ADS at the top of main. I don't know where the other ADSs went, but it seemed like they weren't covering the mirrors with ADSs. I think there might have been an extra castle barricade in pocket, cache unelectrified, these two solo mirrors electrified. It was just a messy hold there from K1A, and it was unsurprising once Eclipse got the site control. It was unsurprising to see them basically just collapse that very quickly and very effectively. There's one thing Eclipse is good at, it's winning gunfights. When they finally get a bit of control, when they finally are able to put their hand on the throttle and control how quickly or how slowly the match goes, when they're able to do that, and I think this is true of most teams, but especially with a team such as Eclipse, once they're able to do that, they're able to win most of their gunfights and really put pressure and take control of a round, of a game. Looking at the scoreboard at half, I showed that just a moment ago, but 8-7-3-4-3, 9-6-6-3-0. This is continuing to be an interesting match. It's 3-3, so neither team has neither team has been able to really edge the other team out. to get him an
5
advantage.
seconds left before insertion.
So we're essentially back at square one here.
Attackers are moving
To
out
quote
locate
a
bomb
song I
and
think from the Kinks, we're back where we started. Here we go around again. Day after day I get up and I say, come on, let's do it again. You all can laugh at me for quoting old music. What ranks are these guys? Like flats and meats and low diamonds, high bunner, high headfire, high Beretta. Yeah, welcome again. On to this next round, as appears to be a pretty standard hold. Kit Kat gonna get the first kill of the second half onto Black Revival. Removing the roamer 30 seconds in is a really bad start here for NoMercy Eclipse. Gonna mean that they're gonna have to play a bit more conservatively, at the same time a bit more aggressively with what they still have. And they can't really have a deep roamer now, as Oil will fall at the hands of Thano there on the objective. I might be wrong. He's actually still roaming. Why do they have two roamers? 4v3 Seeker will pick off Kit Kat. Trades his teammate out as a 3v3 now. Noki pushing through blue. Takes out the only blue player there. Rookmain, obviously you can only have one player playing blue, but clearing out blue allows K1A a measure of control of this objective, as I mentioned earlier. Pug and K1A Flowy, the last two players on K1A, they're nowhere near Noki here. I think he might just want to sit this out for a moment, as Flowy would take down Seeker. Bit of a coordinated effort there from Pug and Flowy, the two other supports. As keep in mind, the entry frags are not doing anything for K1A, at least in this round. You know, they have Kit Kat over there as the Ash, and he has one kill. And Oil, their third frag, as Mercs will take down K1A Flowy, traded out by Noki. Now it's up to just Thano here on the areas near the objective, at least, but still off-site. Needs to be very cautious about this. Epo looking for the plant now, pardon me, not looking for the frag. Wise decision from K1A as they will stick it. Noki completely unaware, swings around, gets the flick, gets the frag, gets the kill. The round goes the way of K1A. That's a 4-3 now. A bit concerning there that that round had to be picked up by just the supports pretty much, but still. They got what they needed to get, and that's the important thing to note, is the fact that they got the important things done. What's my prediction? I'm gonna predict 7-5 K1A. No disrespect to K1A, but I feel like they're the team that is just at the right place at the right time. Like, oftentimes, I watch their pushes or their holds, and it just confuses me. Like, it's not a good hold. There's blatant mistakes and such, and yet they're still able to win, which is confusing. It shouldn't be true, but it is. So it's good for them, obviously. But still, I feel that some of it comes from luck and a bit of gun skill, just mixing those two together.
Seconds left. 5 seconds left.
CC Casual here from Eclipse, going to what is presumably their strongest side. I would be surprised if it wasn't. They're going to be doing a really basic hold here. They haven't even finished it. I mean, Thanos AFK here, he's the smoke. You'd think he would want to finish the hold. There's no Raptors rotate or even a sight line. Walls next to the red rotate aren't reinforced. Cash wall isn't reinforced. At least they reinforced that outside wall. But it's really incomplete. They didn't reinforce half the walls there in garage. There's a sausage play now from Oil as the Finka. That seems really bad. I don't see the need for Finka shotgun. You're on attack. You don't really want to be trying to push straight into them. You see, look at a frag anyways, and a bit of teabagging. Insult to injury there for Mercs. I'm sorry, but that was sad. I know I'm a bit cynical here, but that was really unfortunate there for Eclipse. As you can see, they're at a mana disadvantage. They're still holding the objective. They have two players in red. I have a feeling they could rotate one of those players into rafters. If they don't, they do have a player in rafters. This Oil will fall there. Good frag there, actually from Oil, getting a double kill. Correction onto Thano. Will be down, not out yet. Finally confirmed by Seeker, but he got 2 frags, took out the Roamer and the Smoke at full utility. 30 seconds to push denial. A very important player, one of the top frags out there, and in exchange, the top frag is out. It's the second frag, not even the top frag, is out of the round for K1A. That is an invaluable trade. I cannot emphasize that enough. K1A is on the objective now as he takes down Rook main. Lack of Revival is pretty much the last one left here. Seeker isn't doing anything. Lack of Revival is trying to hold down this Raptor side. Out of ammo on the primary with a 15-round mag. Noki will finish him off with the pistol, doing a bit of a taunting as well, which is a bit unfortunate. Seeker's the last one left here, heavily outnumbered. Still has sight control technically. Pug will just slam him, and that's going to be the end of the round. That was sad. Honestly. I don't understand. That was what a mess of a round. What, 5 unused reinforcements? Half of the reinforcement pool unused there by Eclipse. Smoke dying with full utility. Vigil dying with pretty much no damage onto anybody. Barely wasting any time. Dying to a sausage finca of all things. And then just losing the objective very quickly. If you lose red on CC and Cash, that round is over. That or it's going to be very difficult. Because unless the team has no clue how to push a site once they take red, you know, how to pressure from red, that round is over. You can basically clear out Cash, and you can take out anybody over in CC or near plat wall from red. If you are not holding red, there is something wrong. If you lose red, especially early in the round, there is something wrong. I think Eclipse doesn't care anymore. Look at this. You know, Thanos over there just teabagging. You still have Mark's AFK. They only have, or basically only have, Nitros and Impacts for some reason. They don't have anybody playing with shotgun, but they have Impacts to compensate for that. They still don't have a Raptors rotate, and they still have 3 unused reinforcements. Random ADS now as Noki will take down Black Revival. Earns an early man advantage for his team, and again, this is going to look to be a round where K1A controls the pace. K1A has been really strong here at getting that first frag, at getting that early advantage, and once they get it, they hold on to it really well, and that's what matters here. You know, the fact that they're getting that advantage. Guy in there, Seeker droned out. He droned out twice. Don't know why they droned him 2 times. Oil gonna actually frag himself out. That's a bit sad. Honestly, don't know why he was fragging that. That's hard floor. Rookmain will pick off K1A, and it's actually a man advantage for Eclipse now. They're going to finally be able to get some control of the range, seemingly. Need to have her play this a bit slow, waste some time, no need to peek. Seeker's going to peek anyways. Don't know why he's peeking. Not an ADS, a settlement, pardon me, from Pucky, but going out below to open up parts of the wall. What? I'm very confused. And Pug's I believe that's just a visual glitch, which is really annoying. Siege. Nitro gonna go out there from Thano, but to no avail. Unfortunately, Thano's just holding here, waiting for somebody to show up. Will be down and out, courtesy of Noki getting the double kill. Doing good flank watch work, has not allowed themselves to really be flanked. Will be traded out by Seeker, though. They have nobody. There's one player on site here for Eclipse. They had a Kaid roaming. They had Rook playing a very soft roam. Let's be honest, holding rafters. So I'm not gonna really count it. And then they had Thano on the roam. Why is it 3 armor holding off side? What is Eclipse doing? I have no clue. Why they're only 2 rounds behind. This is sad. This makes me I am just so confused by this. Nitro from Seeker goes out, but why? Doesn't do anything. Has actually wasted a chance at their last chance, really, at denying a plant from Vertical. As you can see now, K1A just going to sacrifice his other Twitch drone. Pug will try to jump in there, at least trying to pressure that flat wall, stopped by Mercs with the pistol kill. K1A Flowy, the last one left, you're going to have to deal with some pressure here. All three members of Eclipse just pressure him, just pincer him out. Push from both Swamp push into Swamp from both Garage Door as well as Red, and Rookman gets the frag. That's going to be 5-4 now. K1A seemingly allowing this lead to collapse a bit. Obviously not back to 5-5, not tied just yet, but in a position to allow that to happen should they lose this Church Arsenal hold here from Eclipse. K1A bringing both a 0 and a fuse. I would say they're both underrated, my opinion here. Fuse, he's not amazing, but at least he's used. You know, he can get rid of utility, can get rid of gadgets, can push operators around a bit, and occasionally get a kill off of it. He has a strong gun, and he has hard breach. Like, there's a lot of utility in him. You just have to get him to Vertical. He's become site-specific, which I think is okay. It's a fine position for him to be in. 0-6 on to Ayana. It's less surprising. 0 is universally undervalued there. He has two decent to good guns in the SC, 3000K, and the MP7. Keep in mind he has a 1.5 on that MP7, which I'm sure everybody would want at MP7 1.5 on Bandit, but nobody ever talks about how he's the operator to have that. Mark's going to be actually clawing from a distance, it appears. I don't know what he's looking for, really. I think he's trying to get it from a bit of a further out position. I don't really... It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but okay. It's going to make the hatch really hard to get here. Probably going to be alleviated by the fact that they have oil as that fuse. So if they can just throw some fuses into Arsenal, assuming that he can reach there safely, which I have a feeling he will. Let's be honest. The roam game, although the drone game of K1A has not been phenomenal, the roam game of Eclipse has been rather lackluster. I'm being honest here. They haven't really forced K1A to waste a whole lot of time on that roam, and they roam really, really aggressively, and don't manage to talk the walk after talking the talk. I almost flipped it. That would be very confusing. K1A can actually end up hologramming his way through Kitchen Hall. Spotted by Thano, takes it out, but he's going to actually voluntarily rotate back, and Marks is going to push forward now. I don't know why exactly. Seeker will fall at the hands of Pug as the Buck is now going to try and take some control. I don't know why they have both Fuse and Buck. Seems like they're both filling the same position as Oil. Going to send a Fuse grenade out into... Why Garage? Mercs takes down Pug. Kikana will trade him out. Why Garage? There's nobody in Garage. Nobody's supposed to be in Garage. What's the point of fusing Garage? I don't know. He's going to finally fuse a sensible position. This time, it's going to actually be that blue hatch. Makes sense. He's going to open up blue hatch, finally using his utility. Nobody in blue. Why is nobody in blue here for NoMercy Eclipse? Why do they have that middle wall unreinforced? They just have a soft middle wall. What? This doesn't make sense. Another fuse going to go down here from Oil this time near that main hall. Will just clear that out. Provides maybe a bit of extra utility going on. Finally going to use one into Arsenal. He's just used all his utility on mainly nothing. An empty blue on Garage, and then somewhere else. He's gonna miss the opportunity to open that hatch because it's Kaid Claude, and he didn't take out the Kaid with his fuse charge. Keep in mind, Punk will fall there. I believe actually at the hands of Black Revival, who will send a Nitro around, and they're gonna try and now open up that hatch. Leave enabled by the fact that Black Nitro there. Thana will take a frag onto Oil. It's a bit of teabagging in, it appears. Bit of insult to injury. Don't know why they're doing that. It's the middle of a round. You still have a game to win, my friend. K1A Flowy just fell there, and it's now up to just Kick Out here on the hatch. He still has a good amount of utility, has the diffuser, has 2 drones, has 2 more drones from his teammates. They have 5 drones in their pockets. They're doing well at saving drones, but they're doing too well at saving drones, to the point that they're not even using them. And Black Revival gets an easy quick kill there on a Kick Out 2 Han. That's the end of the round. It's 5-5 now. K1A just allowed a 2-round rally there from... They just allowed him to have a 2-round rally to go the way of K1A. Or not K1A, Eclipse. Pardon me. I'm just really confused. I am just really, really confused now. I don't understand what is going on here. These teams, it's like a battle of who's more incapable, almost. I'm sorry to both teams for being mean here. You can call me rude, but it's true. These teams should not be winning the rounds that they're winning.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
I don't understand it. It is beyond me. Just a quick mention here, Thano, formerly on Beyond Reality, if I remember correctly. So, I had to make a quick pun here. Now, if there is a side sweep here from, okay, that's interesting, from Black Revival and the rest of NoMercy Eclipse, if they side sweep, they get to go to match point for the first time, and they get themselves a guaranteed overtime. If, however, the side sweep is denied, and we see K1A pick up a round here on the weakest side on this map, then they will have the safety net of overtime, and they will have, as well, their first attempt at match point. I think that Noki's lagging, which is unfortunate, to say the least.
Reloading! Camera in position.
The org team, CU, the fuse, IQs... the org team, cause the fuse... I think that's supposed to be a cause the fuse IQ is like a potato. I never heard of them until second minutes. That's fun. That's basically less more calls. Watch... Okay.
Hostile found. Second floor.
Attackers have located a bomb.
He's seriously just... Okay. We get it.
I'm reloading!
5v3 Mercs takes down Kit Kat. Chloe will fall there. Kanoki will get a frag on the Mercs. And Thano throws out a Valcam. What? He's gonna get intel, and that's gonna potentially allow him to get a kill. I don't think he's gonna push that, but that was interesting, to say the least.
Reloading! Cover me! Setting a sequential breach.
3v3 Oil takes down Seeker. Black Revival will take a bit of damage now as he's trying to hold down that con side. Will rotate out, and he just damaged him, took some damage from an air jab, and straight up shot a stim at nothing. What? Thano will fall at the hands of, or Thano will make Noki fall to his hands, to his bullets more specifically. You understand what I'm saying, everybody. Pong will take a teeny bit of damage there. He's going to be playing very close to the Selma. For what exactly? Nobody's in Logi. Thano's the nearest one to Logi over in that hall. Be restricted from entering it due to the castle barricade set up at some point in the round by Rookmain. I don't know what's going on here. The attack has stalled here for K1A. They have lost man advantage, and they're not pushing forward. They still have to deal with Black Revival, still have to deal with Thano, still have to deal with Rookmain. There. Gibberish describes this round. That's the best way to put it. Pug will get 2 very quick kills. It's up to just Thano here to potentially glitch up the round. Will take down Oil. Looks for a second kill here. Looks to potentially finish it off. Pug's going to push forward here. Knows where he is. Looks to swing. Lowers him. Thano has to try and hold this out without D50. Loses the kill. Loses the round. And it'll be 6-5 now. Match point here for K1A. And unfortunately, we're going to have to rehost.
left, I watched him leave.
Gotta love lag, man.
Hey, Escar got.
On.
You like that run out all the way around the building, baby?
Bro, I
Pinka
forgot to
shoddy
turn off
all
my
game.
smoothing.
Bro,
Nothing.
I was when I think it was a Malus
I want to see, dude. I want to see his reaction to when I
And I
first
was
ran
laying
out.
on the floor.
2,000
Bro, I
ping.
had
Like
no
how?
ammo. I tried to one tap.
Yeah, 2,000 ping.
I had one ammo and I had one bullet in my deagle on that ace round,
Oh no, no.
Switch mercs.
and they knifed me.
Yeah, I had no ammo in
Look,
my
bro,
main
movement.
gun.
My movement's too good, bro. Like I move left, right. And
Yeah,
he
no, I
sniped
saw
me.
that. I was like, god dang. Merc
Well, it's that
switch.
COD
Yo,
movement
yo.
kicking in.
Bro,
What
I
happened?
panicked.
Why are we rehosting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone in the whole lobby's lagging. He's at 4,000 ping, and there's 4 people at 200. You had 2 people lagging out too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just bad internet connection. I don't know why.
Invite.
I can tell you this
I'm
kid's a
literally
weirdo.
on
Look at the no. Look at the brightness he's playing.
What?
I think this is wrong. We're rehosting again, folks. I'm sorry. This is a mess of a game. At least it's almost over. And I have to wait. Lovely. Well, you all get to enjoy just me sitting here. And waiting. And waiting. And waiting. You know, I might as well multitask while we're here. Okay, there we go. It should work now. Okay. I'll be back.
I don't know if we have to switch sides. We were defending. Well, yeah, we were defending.
Yeah.
Eclipse, start on blue.
Yo,
Nitwits.
we start on blue? No. I
No,
thought you
not-
guys started on blue.
Eclipse starts blue.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Which one of you has stream pulled up?